How to keep calm in the midst of chaos. One of the main reasons why most people panic during times of uncertainty is because they pay too much attention to rumors, misinformation, as well as being underinformed. A pandemic is one of the many reasons people get caught up in a frenzy. One good example is global crisis with the coronavirus that started in December 2019. Even before the coronavirus was declared a pandemic, the whole world was stuck in the midst of uncertainty, stock markets crashed, fear led to a panic buying. The normal response when something you do not have control over strikes is to panic. You get caught up in the fear of the pandemic affecting your region and start losing your grip on reality. The people who have the ability to keep calm in the midst of chaos tend to survive the craziness better than others. It all begins by listening before acting. Listen to expert advice, listen to verified news, and most importantly, learn to filter what you hear. Things you can do to remain calm during a global outbreak. 1. Do your research. One of the main reasons people battle with stress and anxiety during a period of uncertainty comes from being underinformed. Doing proper research will help you stay calm while everyone else is losing their grip on reality. A few ways you can be sure you have done proper research and are well informed is by paying attention to your sources of information. For example, you can try sticking to reputable sources for up-to-date information concerning the pandemic. Only listen to professional advice when it comes to implementing precautionary measures. 2. Take professional advice seriously. Most people may be infected simply because they are failing to take professional advice seriously. For example, if you are advised by experts to self-isolate or make use of certain sanitary products, make sure you do just that. Avoid taking things lightly. If you are advised to stay calm and avoid panic buying, make sure that is precisely what you do. There is always a good reason why professionals give the kind of advice they give with regards to their trade, particularly in dire conditions. Health professionals are not an exception. 3. Avoid panic buying. Panic buying comes from paying attention to false rumors. That is why it is important to be selective when it comes to your sources of information concerning the pandemic. There are many reasons why you should avoid panic buying. One good and humane example is that of taking into consideration the rest of the population. Keep in mind that there are a lot of people who are also affected by the pandemic and are in equal need of the same products as you. Another reason is that you may panic buy a lot of things that you won't really need and as a result strain your finances and prevent access to others who may have a greater need of such articles. 4. Talk about something else. One way of ensuring your mind believes what you want it to believe is by dwelling on one subject over and over again. Talking about a bad event repeatedly and focusing on the number of affections and the consequences of the event only increases your stress levels. One effective method of staying calm during a tragic event is by finding something else to talk about. Concentrate more on positive subjects that boost morale. This does not mean you should ignore the fact that there is a crisis, because that is impossible. You can stay up to date with relevant information, however, do not overdo it. You can allocate a few minutes a day to check on the latest headlines concerning the crisis and no more. You can check the news first thing in the morning and a few minutes during the day or in the evening. Make sure you concentrate on doing other activities afterward. 5. Make time for morale-boosting activities. The stress and anxiety that you battle with in a crisis like a pandemic can lead to certain illnesses that can be easily avoided. Impossible as it may be to believe, the stress and anxiety that you have because of the crisis is something that can be controlled. You can achieve this by intentionally setting aside fun or morale-boosting activities that you and the rest of the family can do every day. One good example is playing a game that everyone loves and sticking to it for considerable hours. You can also focus on practicing effective ways of continuing with your work if you are advised to work from home. Instead of dwelling on the fact that you are no longer able to go to the office, you can focus on the many advantages that come with working from home.